Hi, honey.
So introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Trista Beerman.
Hi, my name is Michaela Palmer.
My name is Chloe Beauchamp.
Hi, I'm Sophie Armstrong.
Hi, my name is Hazel White.
What was your childhood like?
So I was born and raised in Marquette, and my childhood was pretty great. Living in Marquette, pretty much all my family was here. I grew up down the road from my grandparents, so I was at their house like all the time, and I got to spend a lot of time with all of my cousins. And I just loved having the tight-knit community that Marquette is. I've made so many friends and been able to keep in contact with them throughout the years, and so my childhood has just been amazing here. I think I had a very unique childhood growing up in Marquette, and I definitely took that for granted. Being able to walk everywhere in the summers and feel safe, and everywhere you go you run into somebody that you know. I definitely took that for granted, but now that I'm older and I'm going to be leaving soon, I appreciate it so much now living in this small town, and I'll definitely miss it.
So I was born in Richmond, Virginia, and I moved to Marquette when I was 4 with my family. And I grew up with just mostly me, my mom, and my sister. And I spent a lot of time going downtown and going to the beach, specifically McCarty's. I also spent a lot of my time during the summer in Richmond. I would visit and spend months of the summer there.
No training wheels. Look, Mom, no training wheels. Oop, almost have a collision. Look, Mom, I can pedal my tricycle. 2 bike riders.
I think because I spent a lot of time kind of going between Richmond and Marquette, I saw how different they were. I really did like the fact that the schools in Marquette were kind of just 5 elementary schools, 1 middle school, and 1 high school, so I knew everybody in my grade, and I spent all of my schooling with the same people, and I feel like that's something that a lot of people experience, so that's what helped me through school, I think, is having the same people around me. I don't know if I really took it for granted. I guess moving back and forth between Richmond and Marquette helped me appreciate it more and appreciate the differences between the two. But since I'm moving away for college, I'm definitely going to miss a lot of the special things that Marquette offers.
So I was born in Marquette, Michigan, and I was lucky enough to be surrounded by my family. We all live in Marquette, even my extended family, and we all happen to live on the same street. So I have a very close bond with my cousins and both of my sisters, and I'm just very lucky to have those kind of relationships. Growing up in Marquette, it gave me a lot of opportunities to branch out, and I created really close relationships with many people. And if you asked me a year ago today, I probably would have said that I was leaving Marquette because I wanted to see the world, but I'm actually staying because of how much I love it here, and I'm excited to continue to build my life here.
Woo! No! Oh, crush. Holy buckets!
Growing up in Marquette, it made me appreciate the town surrounding me, so much so that it made me want to go to college here.
My childhood was pretty much just like any other small town childhood. I grew up with my little sister, my 2 older brothers, and then both of my parents. I grew up about 20 minutes away from Marquette in Scandia, so that was definitely an adjustment. Living in Marquette influenced my childhood a lot. I think looking back, I definitely took the nature aspect for granted. I didn't really appreciate the things around me, and I didn't start to realize how special Marquette was until I thought about moving away, and I realized that not everyone has the things that we have. If I were to live somewhere else other than Marquette, I think my childhood would be much different, and I wouldn't be as grateful for the things I am today. When talking about like the community aspect of living in a small town, I don't think I would have grown up with such a tight-knit community around me.
Come on, walk to mama. Oh, the baby.
I had a pretty interesting childhood, but I was born in Marquette and I've lived in Marquette my whole life. I grew up in my grandparents' house, so I kind of moved from like Harvey to Marquette back and forth, but it was basically me, my grandparents, and my mom and my sister my whole childhood. I think when I was younger, I took it for granted a lot, just the nature aspect as well as like the tight-knit community, because you don't really realize how close of a community it is until you start looking into like bigger things like college and stuff like that. But I think I've definitely started to appreciate nature a lot more growing up, and I wish I could have told my younger self to go outside more, because Marquette has so much and I'm definitely gonna miss it when I go to college. I think moving or living somewhere else would have been crazy, just because I feel like Marquette has kind of gifted me all of my friends and just like the childhood of a lifetime.
One of my favorite memories from living in Marquette is definitely the shed. One of my best friends, Hazel, had an unused storage shed in her backyard, and last summer we decided to renovate it and make it into this place where we could have sleepovers. And so we spent so many nights in there last summer, and she's like the only one of us who lives downtown. So we were right in the center of everything. We were able to just sleep there and then wake up and go do so many activities and spend so much time together. And last summer was easily like the best summer of my life. Okay, I'm gonna take you guys on a tour of our shed. This was where we spent so many nights in the summer, and it's in winter mode right now, so be warned, but we have so many great memories here. Come on in. So this is her. We call her the Sleepy Shack. As you can see, it's pretty full of storage right now, but it looks a lot different in the summer when we're having our sleepovers. Okay, so basically how this shed started is Hazel went to Virginia for like a couple weeks in the summer, and we renovated it. It looked so different before. This is our little outdoor access. There's usually all of the outdoor furniture out here, and we'll watch movies on Hazel's projector. So this is our little dresser full of games, as you can see some here. And this is the bunk bed that we got from Chloe's grandma's. Top bunk's mine. Down here is where Chloe and Sophie would sleep, and on the pull-out couch is where Hazel and Michaela would sleep. So that was the tour of our shed. Put a lot of hard work and spent a lot of money on this. We bought these string lights that you can see up here, and this rug on the floor, and also these curtains. Shout out Michaela's grandpa for that money. Everything else we pretty much found or had, or we just had to get creative. But yeah, lots of great memories in this place. In a couple weeks, we're gonna start de-winterizing and can't wait to make more memories soon.
So for my location that I picked for where I have the most memories is McCarty's Cove, or just the main beach. It was always in walking distance from my house no matter where I was, so it was always the #1 spot to be. Especially in middle school, it was kind of like the #1 activity in the summer. We would just spend the entire day there, maybe walk downtown, come back, and just keep swimming and staying on the beach and whatever. And it was definitely some of my favorite memories of growing up in Marquette.
So, this is McCarty's Cove, and this is where we spent as much time as physically possible in the summer. Once we get down to the beach, I'll show you our spots. So, when we started going to the beach in like 7th grade, I would say that was the first time that we really started going. We stayed on this side of the beach, and I don't really know why, we just did, by the lighthouse. I think because we were closer to that rock, because we always would try to jump off of that rock, and I don't even know. So yeah, this is probably like 7th grade and 8th grade summer. Okay, so now let's say we're freshman year summer. We started moving over here because they put up, well actually, no. They put up a volleyball net here first. And we started playing over here and kind of were on like either side of the volleyball net. But then they moved the volleyball net over where those 2 stakes are. And so then that was when we migrated to this side of the beach, on this side of the lifeguard stand. And then all we wanted to do was play volleyball in tournaments or whatever. Okay, so here are the volleyball net over here. Yeah, once we started coming over here was like high school summers, and I feel like being over here and playing volleyball and going out to the rock over there and, you know, spending time walking to and from downtown Marquette and back to the beach was like so many of my favorite memories from the summertime, and it's just my favorite place to think of when I think of Marquette summers.
One of my favorite spots in Marquette has to be the high school football stadium, including the hill. We spent a lot of time there growing up, especially in middle school, and we made some fun memories and goofed around there. And then as we got older, we moved into the stadium, and Friday Night Lights has to be one of my favorite memories of high school, just getting to spend it with my best friends and dressing up for the games.
Wait, focus. Wait, the sunset right now. The sunset, guys, it looks so good. We got, this says stick it to the stick. And then we got Spidey and the Empire State Building. Seniors! Woo-hoo! Let's go around the back here. Wow. Wow. And it says Spider-Man Homecoming and SHS Studios. Oh, yeah, seniors. Let's go seniors. Let's go seniors.
And in first place with 581 points are the Seniors. Yeah!
one of my favorite memories or like specific locations is definitely having sleepovers at my house. We spent hours and hours just at my house upstairs, whether that's like watching movies, just talking, having dinners together, making food together. It's a great time whenever we're here, and I think because my house is so far away from town, we're just disconnected from all that, and we just focus on each other when we're here, and I think that's really special. This is my upstairs living room of my house, and this is where we would have all of our sleepovers. I'm going to take you guys on a quick tour of my upstairs living room. Alright, so it is a little messy right now because we are moving across the country in like 2 months, so don't mind all the moving chaos. So over here is obviously the couch and like the living area. When we would have sleepovers, we would blow up a big air mattress and some people would sleep there, kind of just sleep all around the couch. We would watch tons of movies and just spend a lot of time together.
One of my favorite places, or the place where I made the most memories in Marquette, is definitely the island or Presque Isle. Me and my friends started swimming with goggles or goggling in summer, and it was just so interesting, and I think that's what made me start appreciating Marquette a little bit more, just seeing Lake Superior in a different aspect, because you hear all the stories about it. Oh, it's so beautiful and all this, but like swimming with goggles and getting to go out deep and just be with your best friends was so much fun, because we were just exploring and we didn't really have any other worries, and I think that was the beauty of it as well. It's just like I felt like we were all connected a little bit, and that was definitely the most fun and the highlights of all my summers.
After high school, I am attending the University of Michigan and I'm studying business administration. I'm getting a bachelor's degree, but I might go back and get a master's. I'm not sure yet because I'm not really sure what I want to do with that degree. There's so many opportunities in the business field, so we'll see where that takes me, but I know that I definitely want to move to the East Coast, either like South Carolina or Maine or somewhere in there. And I definitely just want to travel a lot, but I'll definitely come back to Marquette in the summers.
So after high school, I'm going to be moving back to Richmond to attend Virginia Commonwealth University, or VCU, for political science. I'm planning on going to college for at least 4 years, possibly 6 years, to get a master's degree. And after college, I don't have plans to move back to Marquette for sure, but it's not going to be disregarded. I'm going to come home and have some time with my friends and see everybody here for sure.
plans for after high school are going to be to attend NMU and go into the nursing program and hopefully to become a nurse one day. I plan to stay in Marquette, but I do want to travel and then hopefully come back and raise my family here.
So my plans for after high school is to move to Arizona, specifically Mesa. I'm gonna attend Mesa Community College for the first year I live there so I can gain my residency, and then I'm gonna transfer to ASU. And I don't really have a specific degree planned out or anything, but I'm just gonna figure it out once I get out there.
After high school, I'm going to Michigan State to study biochemistry and molecular biology. My plan is to go to Michigan State for undergrad and then hopefully go somewhere like Michigan or Columbia for medical school. My dream is to be an orthopedic surgeon, and my plans are to come home as much as I can because I have a feeling I'm going to miss it a lot.
What is the best thing that your childhood in Marquette gave you?
My best friends.
My best friends.
Definitely my best friends.
My best friends.
My best